Welcome to Jurassic Park, or should I say Jurassic World, one of the more boring in the franchise. Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing Jurassic World Dominion, the third and final film in the Jurassic World trilogy. At least I hope that it's a final one. And this has been really sold as like an epic conclusion to this trilogy. We have the original cast from Jurassic Park coming back for this film, meeting up with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, of course, from the other two Jurassic World films. And we had kind of a major reveal in the end of Fallen Kingdom of dinosaurs being wild animals, species amongst where normal people live. The way deer might, you know? Like instead of a deer crossing the road, it's a velociraptor or something crazy like that. And so I have a lot of thoughts about this movie, but we're gonna try to keep it succinct because, to be honest, I don't really want to talk about this movie for that much more because, disappointment alert, That was not the coolest way to say that, but moving forward. I have all my notes here on my little press form. My biggest issue with this film is the faux complexity of the plot. So at the end of Fallen Kingdom, we have this major issue raised that like cloning has not only gone from dinosaurs and extinct species, and you're not just dealing with the moral concept of de-extincting dinosaurs or other prehistoric creatures, you are dealing with the cloning of a human person, the little girl, Maisie. There's not an exploration of any of that moral complexity or the fact that Maisie, the clone, released all the dinosaurs into the wild. Like, there's absolutely no who released the dinosaurs, how did they get here, who transported them from Jurassic World, like what's going on, because they were all supposed to die on this volcanic island. Skip that movie. Seriously, don't go watch it. Just read the Wikipedia plot. It's an easier experience. But there's no exploration of those ideas. And I think the thing that is most fascinating to me after watching Jurassic Park fully through for the first time is realizing how kind of morally complex that movie is in discussing like how this was a money-making scheme for Dr. Hammond, how Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler and Dr. Malcolm all disagree with this concept of bringing dinosaurs back, how dangerous it is, the fact that no one was ever brought into the park. And that's the cool part of Jurassic World, is like that stuff has actually happened and you get to see the consequences of it. But you're not really dealing with the consequences. This movie just opens with like a fake documentary of what's been going on, and it's just accepted. And I don't like that because it cheapens the ending of the last film. Not that it was that important anyways, but it makes it feel like that wasn't actually this consequence. There's just no consequences for it. So that's annoying. And then there's this complexity about like the clone getting kidnapped and what's going on with her and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't really have that much to do with dinosaurs. It doesn't have that much to do with bringing back prehistoric creatures. It's not even really an exploration of what genetics and messing with that and humans playing God. It doesn't have any of that depth to it. It's just like, this is happening, stuff's high tech now, like we can do whatever we want. No one has consequences for it. And even like, there's like an obvious reveal at the beginning, yet then they choose to repeat it like 3/4 of the way through the movie, like thinking that it's a climax. And I'm just not, I didn't like it. I also genuinely feel that there was more of a focus on the locusts, which are the like antagonistic force of this film, rather than the dinosaurs. Like the dinosaurs, it's like a fact of life anymore, honestly. It's the same way that there's like random crony robots in the Avengers anymore. Like you take one of those out, there's criminals, you take them out, not that difficult to do. Same with the dinosaurs. And I feel like there's some dino shots that are really cool. If you were to like screen grab it, put it on your wall, would be like really, like it's cool, okay? It's cool. But there's so much convenience in these films, not just this one, but it was noticeable to me in this one, how convenient it is. There's not like a setting up of there's this gun in this car. Just always like, oh no, a dinosaur's chasing me. There's a hatch in this box that I'm in and I can escape the dinosaur. Or, oh my gosh, there's this weapon. Everything is just a convenience or a coincidence that things happen, and you never feel like the characters are in real danger. And it gets really annoying because this trilogy is really notorious for these like shocked slow motion turns of these characters, like whenever they hear a roar or like a breath of a dinosaur behind them and they turn really slowly and then they take off and run. Like you just never feel like these characters are in danger. I'm sorry, you never do. Nothing is added to with the original cast being there, other than that they're just there for some enjoyable commentary and some referencing to the first film. Like I don't know, it's just not, it doesn't cohese together. There's also a really, really lame, stock, generic villain who kind of looks like Tim Cook of Apple, like strikingly so. I don't know where that came from. But he's played by Peter Parker's dad from the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans. It just wasn't, there was nothing compelling about this movie, quite honestly. If you went in for a good time and just to see dinosaurs and you're not really gonna like look at the plot, I even think you got let down because there's just not that many dinosaurs. Like, they're all together at the end of the film, but they have nothing to do with the plot of the film, which is annoying. And this kind of gets into more spoilers. I probably already had a spoiler warning because Blue has a baby because she can just reproduce on her own, which is from the original Jurassic Park. She can reproduce on her own, and her baby is kidnapped with Maisie. But like, there's zero reason why she was kidnapped because all of the focus is on the human clone. Like, they say that they need both of their genetics, but they really don't. Like, you don't even see them like taking a sample from Blue or anything like Blue's baby. It's just Beta is what she's called. Whatever. It's just a dumb plot point to try to have this mirror between humans and dinosaurs. Like, we're the same, we can coexist. It was dumb. It was stupid. And I think there was this huge retconning with the original cast of Maisie's mother / clone origin person, Charlotte Lockwood, that like they all knew her and she was an amazing scientist. And I'm like, you're trying to make me care about this character who I've literally never seen on screen. And I just feel like there was so much of the plot that was emphasized there, and it's like if you try to show someone a picture of a real thing and then they try to paint it from the photo, right? There's a distortion level. The original Jurassic Park has this really great character dimension to Dr. Alan Grant, that he like doesn't like kids, but he's stuck with these kids and has to save them in Jurassic Park. Kind of like he could leave them. They're not his responsibility. He chooses to take care of them and has to learn how to be around kids and get them through this, even though he knows that it's a super dangerous situation. Somehow got translated to like there's children in Jurassic World movies. And then now it's like the whole point is the children. And it was like, what? I went in really wanting to like it with low expectations because I had just watched Fallen Kingdom the night before. I was like, this movie's probably not going to be stellar, but I felt like the bar had been raised for these requel movies, as Scream 5 coined it, with Scream 5, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Top Gun Maverick, where you had the OG cast with a new storyline. And this film just does not continue in this like honoring of the original thing. It just feels like a really cheap copy. I don't know. I don't get it. I didn't really like it. Sorry to be so negative, but this is just my completely honest review. Like, this is how you know I'm not holding back. What did you think of Jurassic World Dominion? Did you like it overall? How do you feel about the Jurassic World trilogy? Do you think that there should have just been more Jurassic Park movies? Do you want to see this rebooted again? Because even if you don't want it, it's probably going to happen. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Also, please consider liking this video if you enjoyed my review or took something from it, and consider hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day or night whenever you're getting to watch this, and I will see you in my very next video. Bye, everybody.